Okay, we are back, and we are ready to do things. I think I have to jump back into the flowchart to get back to where we need to go.
You think an ex-con doesn't deserve to be happy?
Who is this?
The SAT, the Special Assault Team.
Date?
That body. My father found it.
So yeah, that kind of a lot happened, isn't it? Anyways, hi. What? Ooh, parts. I have no clue what the fuck this is, so we're gonna pick it. Yeah, that was brave, apparently. Alright. Big on, demon. You're an iris here? Oh. Interesting. I didn't know my lore about these evolution paths here. Anyways, we can go back here now, right? We can go back here now, right? At this point, we know that terror is Uru.
All I did was teach him how to reach moksha. By creating seams, it can be made possible. Seams are the glitches and malfunctions in the simulation. By tearing at the seams, moksha can be reached. By doing things that are beyond the comprehension of the designer, the design malfunctions. Glitches and bugs are created. For example, one may stand on just one leg for decades, or try to roll across an entire continent. One may live on a bed of nails. Another might strike his head upon a pillar thousands of times.
Because Ryuki met Tokiko before she died. And we are presuming that, at the very least in the current Ryuki to Mizuki timeline, Tokiko is still dead. She has not reemerged. Terror is still acting. And we have seen... No, but terror is dead in the current timeline.
Hold on. What does this have to do with the HB case?
This is not the current timeline, though.
Is it not similarly bizarre? Perfectly slicing a body into a left and right half. Do you think the designer expected that such a thing could occur?
Given the seam jump after the story lock, it makes me think that we're gonna jump back to the present timeline. It's gonna be, Masked Mizuki telling her backstory to Mizuki.
And I will have you know the HB case has a profound meaning. The intersection between the warp and weft. That's where the seam can occur.
I don't understand any of this.
Yes. The child I worked so hard to bring into this world.
That's why that picture looks so uncanny, because it is literally mirrored. It's a fact you could probably identify if you stared at his picture for long enough, but you don't ever actually see his picture long enough to make that fact stick in your mind.
Jin's father is.
It's the weird, like, hair lip at the top that sticks out. That sticks out for me.
The director of the Research Institute, Chikara Horadori.
Yes. I will never forget what Chikara said when Jin was born. This child can conquer death. He is omniscient. He is the Almighty.
What is your relationship with Terror? Is he your son too? Answer me!
I'll tell you myself. It's also raises the question how Mizuki got
What?
to our timeline.
You must not be aware of the amount of anesthesia I've endured over time.
Says Uru.
I have developed quite a resistance.
One of Chikara's earliest experiments. Who, as we found out, was literally like a human organ donor for Jin.
Anyway, I never expected to see Dante here. He continues to get on my nerves. To proceed with the plan, I'll need to get rid of him.
Hey, what is this plan?
The Nirvana Initiative.
What is that?
Seams are small, but when many are aligned, they can be torn into a gaping hole. In other words,
If we do things that are beyond the comprehension of the designer, simultaneously, all around the world, bugs will start appearing everywhere.
this will lead all mankind to reach moksha, an emancipation from this fictional world.
Like, I could still, I know I've said it a few times by now, I could still see a version of this narrative where Tokiko wins. And the moksha we reach is the true end canon timeline of the Somnium Files.
That is the Nirvana Initiative. The Nirvana Initiative is proceeding as planned. Humanity will eventually reach moksha. But unfortunately, the plan cannot be acted on immediately. Preparations take time. Which is why we need to get rid of you, and everyone like you.
Well, that's just mean.
Filthy little rats.
Nice shooting, Dante. We conveniently only see that half of his face. That's what sells it even more. Till we find the bizarre body. In Brahmin. But yeah, there's that
You're?
odd shadow on the other side of his face. But as we know, it was like fucking artificial skin.
Jin. Jin Furaway. Why? How? Jin Furaway's dead.
I will never forget what Chikara said when Jin was born. This child can conquer death. He is omniscient. He is the Almighty.
Ain't my almighty.
What you have seen and heard cannot be shared with anyone.
At the very least, now we know.
If you do, I will kill her. I have an abundant amount of money. Even if I were to die, the assassins I've hired would still find her. Am I clear?
Wait.
Hey, you okay? Snap out of it.
Dante, to the hospital.
I know. Damn it.
You know, the other alternative theory. Every copy of the Somnium Files Nirvana Initiative is personalized. So now, on to new content. Hi, Mama!
Oh, you came. Good. Want something to drink? With water? On the rocks? You don't have to be shy. It's on me.
What's this?
It's such a bizarre case, the HB serial killings. That being said, the facts are fairly straightforward. Pointing out a culprit can't be too hard. Do you already know? Terror. Who are they, really?
What? Why are you? Why are you? So this is the fact check here. If you're ready to break the lock. It's you.
You got me. I wanted to slurp on the juices of young men, which is why I sliced them in half. Oh, come on, there's no way. Besides, Komeiji and Chikara are not young. Care to give a more serious answer?
Yes, actually.
Right. Uru. We know he killed at least 3 people.
He was the Danganronpa killer all along.
Jin Furuwe, Chikara Horadori, Andy's Komeiji. But why did he kill them? What was his goal?
Nirvana Initiative.
That's right. The Nirvana Initiative. The loony plan to have humans reach moksha. That's why Uru killed the 3 of them.
That doesn't actually answer any of the questions.
We can put aside the little details for now. The most concerning aspect of the whole thing is the time difference. The left and right sides of the victims were found 6 years apart. Regarding the first victim, the facts are already in. 6 years ago, on February 10th, Jin Furuwe's body fell from the ceiling of Devaita. And this year, 5 days ago, also on the 10th, Uru Somizuki's left half was found at the stadium, not Jin's.
Right.
Plastic surgery and complete organ transplants.
We found...
It fooled the investigators into thinking they were the same person. But what about the other victims? Chikara, Komeiji, Tokiko. How do you explain those 3? You have good intuition. You might already know.
Timelines? Obviously, a time machine. Right. Given the options we've been offered here... Oh, if you pull a, Komeiji. Tokiko. Chikara. Fucking terrifying Tokiko face. Chikara's organs were all removed. This one's together. Why after 6 years? Mizuki and Kizuna. It makes a very interesting timeline visual that, Timelines not in the correct order. 6 years later. I don't think it was that. The timelines are not in the correct order is what's really getting me. How do we even piece this together? Base of 9 X's. It's a bunch of Shoma vanished somewhere. TC Purge is here. TC Purge existed 6 years ago. Like, there's very obviously Nirvana Initiative, TC Purge.
Right. In other words, it's not like that. It's like this.
What?
This is the timeline that you actually experienced. The red and blue lines are intertwined, almost like DNA.
But you're definitely pulling a zero time dilemma on me.
You started on the red line from the top, and then followed the blue line, which led you to this point. You've traversed 4 X's.
Got 5 more to go to get to the Danya pull.
The left side is 6 years ago, and the right side is this year.
Two, 4, present day for Ryuki. Hang on. We still synced into Tokiko here. And then Tokiko turns up dead. She's getting Shoma here.
To make things easier, we'll call the left side past and the right side present. In other words, you came here, jumping back and forth between past and present, a day at a time, all to end up here. Now do you understand? Chikara's right half was found the night of the 11th, in the past.
The fucking... This continues. This is also the past. Then.
His left half was found the next morning. Komeji's right half was found on the 13th. His left half was found the next morning at 6 a.m.
But that's a completely different Mizuki. And this is getting meta and... That's why Shoma disappeared. That's why Shoma disappeared. When... This was the past. This is now the past. Shoma's here now. This weird TC Purge timeline is now here. This is also the past. It's a past Mizuki. And that's... What?
6 years have passed, and now we're here. In the present, Tokiko's right half was found on February 12th.
Tokiko died in the present.
The next day, a little past midnight, her left half was found in the basement of Horodori Institute.
Then fucking Ryuki's odd behavior running around investigating stuff really was, from his perspective, he was moving around in the past, but... what the fuck?
Long story short, the left and right halves weren't found 6 years apart.
What the fuck?
They were all found soon after each other. Nothing supernatural here.
How does the... Oh no, we're gonna do it. What the fuck? Thank you. Alright. Cool. Okay, 6 years ago. Yeah, yep, this is exactly. So the odd jumps in the story. Present Mizuki figures out. Mizuki jumps here. In the present, this felt like such a fucking hallucination. No, Tokiko's still here. We sync with Tokiko in the present. She dies in the present. Ryuki's encounter with the Blue Man Group. What the fuck? Ah. Well, those are all side content here. This is indeed the 6 years ago ending. Then... Is everything 6 years ago then? Masked Mizuki. Everything 6 years ago masked Mizuki. But how the fuck does that work? So let's look at all these 6 years ago. This is present. This is... yeah. Past Ryuki. Syncs with Chikara. And Chikara dies. Then... that explains why that all feels kind of disconnected. Distant again. But we still see... do we see? We see... no, we see Mame. Technically present Mame. Lien doesn't change that much, really. So the change here... Yuki discovers all of the body. Dude, okay. Chikara dies in the past. Tokyo dies in the present. Each death prompts a timeline swap. Except for here. We don't even have the Uru and Jin. Uru's body to discover here. But, well, Uru is dead up here. Uru is dead up here. And Jin is dead up here. Ah, at the original divide? Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Ah.
Anyway, that's just my genius analysis.
I'm gonna start speaking in Unicode like friggin' Ryuki when he watches the QR code videos.
Oh, but I know what you're gonna say. There's still tons of things that can't be explained, right? Especially, who killed Uru and Tokiko? Jin, Chikara, Komeiji. It was Terror, Uru, who sliced these three in half. But then Uru was killed in the present, February 10th. Tokiko's body was found after that. So who killed Uru and Tokiko? Well, I'm sure this mess will be cleared up soon. By Mizuki, her friend, and by you, Freyr. So anyway, good luck with the rest of your investigation. I'll be cheering you on.
Thanks, Mama? Oh, it just shows up and blows my mind, and, cool. Okay.
Huh? Who was I just talking to? Maybe I've had a bit too much to drink. It's awfully cold tonight.
Anyways, we're at Iowan. Oh, his conversation. Oh, hi. Mask is off.
Hey, about Kizzy. Are you sure she's okay? Don't worry. I made sure she's fine.
Tuesday went missing. Last night around 11 o'clock, Richu Chieda, her father, contacted me. Aiba and I started our search for Kizzy. Anyways, back to the plot. After a while, I got a call on my phone. It was from her. She told me to meet her here at Iowa.
So, that makes us sisters? We're not the same age, but we're like identical twins. We have almost the same genes. That's crazy. I'm a copy of you. Don't say it like that. But I'm your clone, right? Technically, yes. But our DNA isn't exactly the same. My genome was rearranged. Your DNA was modified on top of that. Which is why you don't have the symptoms I have. Basically, you're an upgrade. The perfect version of me. Don't say it like that.
Oh, babe. Pansies are in bloom. What? Maybe it's a sign of her health, but she sounds like way more strained than she did in the side route. My older sister. Technically, she's the original that I was based off of, but I don't want to think about it like that. She's more of my big sister by proxy. So, are we the sister that she was referring to talking to Shoma in her past memory path? Or I suppose in the past, if we're considering that. What? February, 6 years ago.
I told you, I want to know who did this to me. I know that Chikara was the mastermind, but I want solid proof. That's why I was investigating him and his institute. But then, out of the blue, he gets killed. That's why I started following the HB case.
February, 6 years. Yes.
Worried about health?
I say that too. What does that mean?
Are you insured? Really? If you're insured, you're fine.
Well, that's debatable these
You
days.
should reevaluate every few years. If your insurance isn't a good fit for you, make sure to reevaluate it.
Not the time for. Not the time, Aiba. Not the time, Iracia. Asked her about what happened back then. She told me details of what happened on the 12th and the 14th. So, we're hearing about... Oh, okay. Whee! Funky. So, this one is definitely here. 12th is that odd encounter with Gen. So she's just naturally 6 years older than us. And she's been working Date went on vacay. And she just took on Big Sis Mizuki, which she's not wearing a mask anymore, so you can use that. So Big Sis Mizuki took on Aiba. In the past, while Date went on leave to do Date things. 6 years later, Little Sis Mizuki shoot lost her eye in this incident. So 6 years later, Little Sis Mizuki takes on Aiba. And so Date doesn't really change, well, because Date goes, vanishes, and, yeah, I hate this is actually kind of working. The 12th. The balloon thing. Terrorist challenge. Balloons. Sinking with Gen. Host Unra Indig. Basement. 14th. Finding Komeiji. Abandoned factory incident. The incident that... So Ryuki's sinking with terror.
What you have seen and heard cannot be shared with anyone. If you do, I will kill her. I have an abundant amount of money. Even if I were to die, the assassins I've hired would still find her.
I see. That's why you didn't talk about what happened 6 years ago.
The dreaded assassins. So, literally, present-day Ryuki is here. Past Ryuki discovers Komeiji. The shift happens. Present-day Ryuki. God, so not even a swap. I suppose it is technically a swap, but... Fuck. What? So, present timeline, we have synced with Mame. Ryuki is synced with Mame. Why is Ryuki synced with Mame? Kizuna's missing. Mane says Nirvana collected genocide here. So there's odd Mame behavior. This is present Mame. May have met Tokiko. May have met Tokiko, that's an interesting point. Because Mame was not in Tokiko's Somnium, which it was in fact up here. But Mame still has memory of Tokiko. I assume it was in relation to Gen, but I need to stop thinking about it and just let this happen.
But I think it's okay to start talking now. Why? I was able to freeze all of Terror's hidden accounts.
Oh, nice.
We don't need to worry about any assassins anymore.
Aiba, you don't remember anything from February 6 years ago, do you?
I do not. My body was destroyed in the explosion at the cathedral. The Abyss communication network was also offline. So there was no backup taken.
Yeah, the same as me. When I was 6, you were born at Horadori Institute and sent here. I'm guessing they thought it was too difficult to raise you at the Institute.
Because as we know, Chikara is a hell of a father.
I remember the day you arrived like it was yesterday. You were still a baby, but the moment I saw you, I got this feeling. I started bawling my eyes out. The people at the facility didn't know we were related. Makes sense. They were told we were from 2 different places. But we're both named Mizuki, and we looked really similar. So to make it easier, everyone started calling me Big Sis. They called you Mizuki.
It's convenient,
They took me
but...
to Horadori Institute every so often for examinations. Well, I say examinations. I mean human experiments.
Hence the
I
memories.
don't think you remember, but they did terrible things. I remember getting shots with needles as big as boba straws.
Jesus.
My time with Horadori Institute ended when I was 9, and you were 3. It shut down and we were finally free.
So they like shipped a fucking infant over here?
That's about the time you were adopted by the Okiura family.
And your life got so much better when that happened.
But me? Well, I told you about me, right? You were blind in one eye and had a heart condition. Right. So it was hard to find a family who would take me. Ultimately, it was Mr. Chieda, the chairman. So when you were 9, you were adopted by the Chiedas.
And you were the big sis who, Getting to this point, you were the big sis who Kizuna was so distraught over losing. And that's why you call... That's why Kizuna calls current Mizuki Big Sis too, because you're both Big
I
Sis.
spent the next 6 years there. Up until I was 15, I lived under the same roof as Kizuna. I see. That's why she called me Big Sis.
We're not actually friends.
You said something about an eccentric woman?
Yeah, I was adopted by her.
Your fucking boss's daughter. Your boss's daughter. Your boss's daughter. Your boss's mystery fucking daughter. God damn it. God damn it.
Shizue
Fucking.
Kuranoshi.
God.
Boss. Which is why my name is Mizuki Kuranushi now.
Okay. Alright.
You think that sounds kinda lame, huh?
No. 15, in the same roof as Kizuna. Eccentric woman, adopted by her. Shouldn't really tell you about that. So if you were both 15, you were adopted by boss. Which means that...
No, it's not that. You know how we're stronger than everybody else? Maybe she thought I'd come in handy.
So she wanted to make you work for her.
And she
I
did.
don't know if that's the truth, but that's what she told me. Boss taught me how to fight. After she adopted me, she trained me hard every day. 6 years ago, when I was 18, I was hired as a top-secret member of Abyss. Boss wanted someone who she could rely on. Someone who would never betray her. She trusted me to handle the most sensitive situations. Basically, I'm like a ninja. Well, a kunoichi. Which is why my existence at Abyss had been hidden.
Right.
The only people who know are Boss, Pewter, and Ryuki.
And Ryuki. Alright.
Ryuki? Why? I wonder.
Me too, I wonder.
If I revealed myself to you, you would want to know everything. And one way or another, you'd find out. You'd find out that your genes were spliced. That your real parents aren't Renju and Shoko.
Still mad about that, by the way.
I didn't want you to end up like me. I wanted you to live a normal life. As normal as possible, anyway.
And that ship's kind of sailed now.
Get a normal job, a normal husband.
Or wife.
Get married, start a family, live happily ever after. A life like that. But if I showed up, I would ruin all that. That's what I thought, at least.
I see. But why didn't you tell me 7 years ago in November? I was already well on my way to an abnormal life at that point.
Maybe that's true.
By the way, I'm curious. Why were we given the same name?
I don't know. Maybe they didn't really care about the name.
But wouldn't that make it harder to tell us apart at the Institute?
I don't think they had any trouble. We had code names at Horodori Institute. I was Mouse, and you were Rabbit. And you remember what they called us at Iowan, right?
You were Big Sis, and I was Mizuki.
Yeah.
Is that what I called you?
No. You were still little. You couldn't talk much. You just called me BB.
BB?
BB?
Yeah.
BB, huh?
Anyway, we've already spent enough time here. We shouldn't be wasting time like this.
Good point. There's still tons we don't know about the HB case.
Follow me. I want to show you something. Huh? What is it?
Oh, no. It's nothing. Let's go, BB.
Yeah. Aw. That is kind of sweet. Ah. Wait. What?
Ah! What the fuck?
Hang on a second. Hang on, I gotta thumbnail this. Okay. Here's all the information we discovered on these branch timelines.
This is information overload. My brains are gonna flow out of my ears.
Plural?
Jeez, just relax.
I can't just relax. What is this corpse doing here? And why are Kizzy and Leon here?
Oh, hey, we eloped.
Oh, and most importantly, who the hell is this?
What, isn't it obvious?
Wait, you're that stupid porno mag collecting old man.
No.
Yes.
Why are you dressed like that? Where is Genny? What are you doing here? And one last thing. Where have you been the past 6 years? Why didn't you try to contact me?
I'm sorry, Mizuki.
Good, you should apologize. So, where the fuck's the real Gen? So, you know a lot more than us.
Okay. I think I kind of get it. Six years ago, Date lost his memory when the ceiling collapsed on him.
Then he got captured by Terror but managed to escape.
And he's been wandering the Earth for the past 6 years.
5 days ago, on the 10th, he heard the news about Jin's body being found.
And finally got his memory back.
That's right.
So we finally reached the previously on the SOMNIUM Files segment. My voice reaches Date's brain right now. That's because there is a reception device in his left eye socket. You can mute me by turning it off, but that's a real hassle, so it's still on. It's the same for Mizuki Kuronishi. She hears my voice too. Mizuki Kuronishi is kind of long. I'll just call her BB. Oh. Okay, Hi, Leanne. What time is
Why
it?
do you ask?
No reason.
It is currently 4:25 a.m. Daybreak is close.
Why are you here?
There's a reason I'm here with Kizzy. I got a call from my old pal Date.
I asked him to unlock something for me.
Are you talking about the freezer?
No, I got that open on the 13th.
It was a different lock this time.
Huh?
Anyway, that is when we met with Date and the woman he was with.
The woman? I was there too.
Okay.
I've known her for a long time.
I mean, I suppose you did help her get into the, Horodori Institute.
She's a former co-worker from back when I was doing bad stuff.
She what?
Back then, I used to call her Quartz.
She what?
Hey, don't just blurt that out.
Mizuki's name comes from crystal. The kanji for crystal can be read as Mizuki.
Crystals are the solid form of silicon dioxide, a mineral, most often recognized as quartz.
Alright.
Wait, so you were in a Thieves Guild, BB?
The snow isn't letting up.
Don't change the subject.
Hey, I'm the cop now.
I'm
Answer
a
the
little
questions.
embarrassed to admit this, but Leon and I plan to elope.
Oh.
What?
May I ask why?
Kizzy's father won't accept me.
He sent armed assassins to kill
He
me.
threatened to send Leon to prison if he continued to see me.
Okay. Alright. Excellent. So in the canon timeline, we get the correct outcome here. Okay.
That's when I suggested that we run off together.
Which is probably like the act. It's
And I agreed.
now that with the support of Date and BB and Mizuki, they might actually get the happy ending.
So you two...
Yeah. They're both on the run for love.
But we don't know exactly where we want to go yet.
Right. We need some more time to think about it.
Did you tell
I
him?
have told him that I am safe and sound.
Okay. Well,
Oh.
I'm glad you weren't kidnapped.
Oh, that's fucking messing with my head. Kizuna goes missing.
I am so sorry that I worried you.
Oh, this is messing with my head.
Yeah. I'm sorry about all this, you guys.
Okay, you guys deserve a happy ending. My mind, I'll put the pieces of my brain back together
It
later.
is snowing outside, but do not worry about us. My heart is burning strong.
Determined. Love that for you, girl.
I suppose Big Sis has already told you everything. Big Sis and I lived in the same home for 6 years, but I never thought my Big Sis was my Big Sis's Big Sis.
Now you have two big sis.
So confusing.
Anyway, Mizuki Date. I will call you Little Big Sis from now on.
Okay.
And you, Mizuki Kuranushi, I will call you Big Sis.
Still, just as confusing.
Alright. Mizuki is BB's clone. Date already knows this. Okay. BB told him. Okay. But Kizuna and Leon don't know this yet. They think they are just sisters. Okay. Twinsies. It's Kizzy. Alright, hang on. We're going back in here. We're going back in here for a moment. When does Mizuki do this little, There's this rehearsal. But this was present day also. So what the fuck was this? Terror's still alive here. Nirvana Initiative still alive. It's still alive here. Like, Nai is still doing shit here. So, present timeline. So past timeline, Mizuki and BB. But so present timeline. So past BB and Leon 6 years ago break into Orodori. Underground. TC Purge. We don't know what this leads to. We don't know what they found down here. This is after... I suppose this puts BB on the trail of the HB killings. Because Chikara was summoned here. I specifically want to work out the timeline of... So present... Kisa shows up. Sees Chikara. Investigation on Shoma. 1-year-old robot Shoma. Something's up with Kizzy. Everything between... Okay, past is Kizuna's shoot disappearance. Past timeline, Kizuna is shoot kidnapped by Terror. Mizuki is incapacitated. So Date did know about BB then, from the get-go. Because Date interacted with BB here. And yet still takes Mizuki to the altar to help save Kizuna. So past timeline, Kizuna is kidnapped around this time. By Night Guards, most likely. I need to work out when this actually happens here. Okay, time capsule. So the time capsule is actually dug up in the present day. This starts them. Sorry, I'm digging very deep into this here. Okay, no, that's all past. Is all Iowan after sinking into Kizzy. Ikebe Shrine leaves. God, Alright, I need to stop. I'm gonna melt. Okay, we can just assume that... Hi, Date.
What? Do you have more insults to hurl at me for missing 6 years of your life?
Yes.
No, it's not that.
Maybe she just wanted to hear you say, Mizuki, you've grown so much, or something emotional like that.
No, not that either.
Ah, right. For you, it's been 6 years. For me, it's different. I've been back for 4 days dressed like this. I've been watching you guys the whole time. so I don't really have anything sappy to say.
I told you it's not that.
I'm home. Welcome back. Is that what you wanted to hear?
Maybe.
All right, okay. Let me try this again. Mizuki, I'm home.
Oh.
Welcome back, Date. But that's not what I wanted to say.
Hmm?
I threw away all the porno mags.
Okay, that's that moment done. All right.
I know that Horidori Institute and Nyes are both caught up in the HB case. Gen was created at the Institute, and he was acquaintances with Tokiko. So, by borrowing his mask, I could snoop on Tokiko and other members of Horidori Institute.
But why do you still look like that here?
Horidori Institute and Nyes people come here all the time.
Really?
Imitating Gen makes it easier to eavesdrop on them.
All right. Do you cook?
Gonna be honest, this has gotten way out of hand. I can't do this on my own. We need to work together to stop their plan.
Their plan?
Yeah, the Nirvana Initiative. So first, I contacted Mizuki Kuranushi.
Date and I met 6 years ago.
Ah.
He knew how to get a hold of me.
I shared everything I had, then told her to find you, Mizuki.
To help stop them?
Basically. Let's talk about it later. Trust me, if I explain it now, it'll only confuse you.
To a perverted porno mag collecting old man. Also my adoptive father. Ah. Hey. We love this perverted, my original BB. BB.
What?
Oh, nothing. I just wanted to call you by that name.
Oh. Oh. They're both sweet. Where'd you find out about that?
Date called me out of the blue. He told me about the corpse. And how he was pretending to be Genny. And everything else he knew. I don't know. Not here.
It's fine, I know where he is. Don't you have an idea too?
Don't I? Don't throw me into the mama void. Make me answer mama again.
Okay, I'll ask again. What's the deal with the corpse? Why is it in the freezer?
It's better that you see for yourself.
Let me just show you.
Another corpse?
No, not one more.
Not one at all.
It's half.
Okay, how'd you find the one in the altar then? But okay, we're just gonna go straight there. All right. Bet. Huh. So that happened. So both of those branch timelines happened.
So, you finished reading the file?
Yeah.
We just sort of left it here. We didn't take it with us when we first discovered this.
Now you know whose left half is in the freezer.
Jin Furue. That's what he really looks like.
And this body?
Uru Somizuki. Terror. He murdered 3 people 6 years ago. Jin, Chikara, and Andy's Komeiji.
Chikara out of spite. Komeiji out of revenge for stealing the other half of Jin's body.
What's this? There's some kind of device in there.
It appears to be a jet-like nozzle device. The box appears to have some kind of jet-like nozzle device inside.
Okay. Baron pervert. When'd you get
Only
here?
a few hours ago, around 1 a.m.
I asked Leon to open the door.
Oh, okay.
So the lock you mentioned earlier.
That's right. The lock to the staircase door.
That's when I asked them about their plans to run away together.
Then the 4 of us headed down the stairs. Leon carried Kizuno down.
I mean, I guess if they were amidst eloping, and they're like, well, I'm not going to leave you up here, Kizzy.
And that's when we found the corpse on the ritual platform.
Anyway, here's more trauma. Anyway, here's the location that traumatized you 6 years ago, Kizzy.
I can't really say anything more than what's in the file.
Uru Somizuki.
He's the child that was kidnapped from Iowan when he was 6.
It was Chikara and Tokiko who took him. They wanted to make him Jin Furue's donor.
See, how wild would it have been if they had actually, like, presented a normal photo of Uru here, instead of, like, the mirrored Jin photo?
So for over a decade, they did surgery after surgery, giving more and more of Uru to Jin. Half of his face, too.
The skin he lost was replaced by an artificial skin made of carbon chitin. Half his face was transplanted onto Jin's as well.
Right. And it was only half because Jin had a percent-shaped birthmark on the left side of his face.
A holy symbol for the Order of Percent. It was considered sacred.
I don't understand the whole Order of Percent
And
shit.
Chikara, being a devoted follower, couldn't get himself to rip that skin off.
That's just
Which is why the left half of Jin's face was left untouched.
weird choice,
And
but
after
okay.
all those transplants, Jin's body ended up being cut in half.
6 years later, February of this year, Uru's body was cut in half.
So what was discovered was Jin's right half and Uru's left half.
So Terror was actively trying to enact something by actively trying to cause more timeline shenanigans by putting the second half of Jin on the rooftop amusement park, but Komeiji, being Komeiji, walked off with it, and
Jin and Uru are essentially mirror images of one another.
So when the police were identifying Uru's body, they got their DNA sample to compare against from Jin's organs.
so Uru being killed 6 years later is bringing about the same sort of shenanigans that they were trying to do 6 years ago.
And
Okay.
because those were originally taken from Uru, it naturally follows that they match.
So that's why...
That is the mistake that caused investigators to believe that they were the same person.
I used Marco's X-ray function.
Marco?
Marco? The name of my AI ball in my left eye.
What? We get a rogue third AI ball,
He's
and we...
pretty shy. He doesn't talk much. Unlike someone else I know.
Excuse me, are you talking about me?
Mm-hmm. I know Aiba really well. We were partners 6 years ago. When I was hired at Abyss, I was supposed to get Marco transplanted into my left eye. But he wasn't finished yet. So instead, I got Aiba. But Aiba and Date? Yeah, Aiba and Date were kind of fighting at the time, and I needed to see if I was compatible with an AI ball at all, so...
I see. I apologize. I do not remember anything from back then.
That tracks.
Because of the explosion, right?
Yes.
That's why they had the whole memory banks hanging over our heads on Ryuki's and Mizuki's paths. That was all the past.
Kinda sad. I made so many memories with you, Aiba.
Why were they fighting?
Well, you see, I was so preoccupied with my work.
Sure.
No, it was because you tried watching VR porn while Aiba was still in your left eye.
Oh, great.
That does sound like something that would make me very angry.
I told you a million times, it was just a watermelon splitting video.
With some girl doing it with her thighs, no doubt. Okay, anyways.
I wanted to ask Shoma about the genetic experiments, so I visited him.
And I looked like Gen, so it didn't raise any concerns.
He told me a lot.
About his body and his older sister, and about the hidden safe.
Okay, so we're just spilling all the tea.
That's what we came here for. Wait. Shoma has an older sister?
Yeah,
You know her well.
Kizuna and Iris's friend.
A mermaid at Sunfish Pocket.
A mame doi.
Really?
You
It
changed?
was so hard to move in, with the wireframe and all the stuffing. I don't need to explain it. You should already know.
Jin Furue, the child of
There he
Tokiko and
is.
Chikara.
He was born with a rare and complicated disease. It caused inoperable tumors to grow in the right half of his body.
Jin might have had it worst of all. He got his first transplant when he was really young. I don't think he wanted to take organs from Uru. Remember what it said in Uru's diary? He said he wanted to apologize. I think he is referring to Jin. So you think the transplant was done against Jin's will? I'm not positive, but that's just the feeling I get.
But because Chikara was a madman, and the whole percent birthmark thing, being weird, culty shit, Chikara did unfathomable levels of cruelty in human experiments. Yeah, they aren't here right now. We split the problem.
They're not going far away, are they?
They should be fine. They said they were going to think hard about where to go.
Hopefully the whole, Ricci mercenaries
I've been
thing
wondering.
isn't a thing.
6 years ago, why did Uru cut the bodies in half? That was for the Nirvana Initiative, right?
That's a cop-out answer, though.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with the plan? And speaking of, is the Nirvana Initiative still happening? I mean, after all, Terror's dead. Right. The mastermind is dead. But you saw it. On the night of the 13th, on the rooftop of Misatan. That was Terror. It was definitely Uru's voice. But Uru should have been dead.
Perhaps his voice was recorded.
I mean, it is an obvious voice changer, so if someone...
Either way, the rehearsal happened even after Terror died. Which means...
The main event will likely still happen.
Yeah,
As well.
safe to assume it will proceed as planned.
But I still don't understand the full scope of the Nirvana Initiative.
When, where, how? We are completely in the dark.
Why don't you ask the culprit?
Yeah, good idea. Hey, Uru, what's up with your plan, you asshole?
No, that's not what I meant. There are other culprits. Whoever killed Uru and Tokiko.
You believe they might know something about the Nirvana Initiative?
I don't know for sure, but they at least might have some clues.
We don't have enough information yet. Looks like we're gonna need some extra help.
I want to check something real quick. Found Komeji's body here. I was still past. This is present day. Present day, Ryuki has synced with Mame. That is curious.
Help?
Over here. Come with me.
Alright.
There's nothing over here.
You would think that, right? But check this out.
Open sesame!
Marco, please.
Thanks, Marco.
What is this?
Do you like it? Erotic, isn't it?
How is this in any way erotic?
Much more erotic than watermelon splitting.
Let's get going. Yeah.
It's as close as Date's gonna get. So we'll give him that one. Unfathomable, man. Okay. Alter 2.
What?
What?
What does this mean?
It means exactly what you see.
There are 2 cathedrals? That's right.
Mizuki, look.
Ryuki.
Hi.
I'm here too.
Hi, Tama.
Tama.
How is Ryuki doing?
Terrible. It was a bad idea to show him this place. He's been like this for hours.
Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Hi, BB.
Do you hate Ryuki? Of course I do. I want to shove a pipe in his mouth and stir up his organs. 6 years ago, he... It made my heart condition worse. It affected my work.
Yeah, that's justified.
I can't investigate properly if I have to go to the hospital all the time.
That's justified.
But when I heard you recently joined Abyss, I shadowed you. And February 10th, when you went to the stadium,
You tried to snipe me?
I got there before you and found the corpse. At the
Okay.
time, I had no clue it was Uru's left half, but I knew it had to do with the HB case from 6 years ago.
Did you shoot at me to try and scare me
I
off?
told you before that the one thing I wanted was for you to live a normal life. I couldn't let you get caught up in this case. I had to stop you.
I mean, do you know about the previous
That's
case
why-
that I got wrapped up in? Yes,
I
good.
see. You shot at Mizuki to dissuade her from finding the corpse.
Seems a little pissed. Where the fuck is Ryuki? Oh, there's Ryuki. Hi, Ryuki. Anyways. Okay. Well, now that I'm speaking in Unicode and fraying out my ass, time control. Goodbye, everybody. I'm gonna go rest my poor head.